G'day, I'm Graham Ross from the Garden Clinic. I often get asked about the bee population disappearing, and throughout Australia it's due to the varroa mite that has been attacking hives. Originally one section of New South Wales, but now it's spread right throughout New South Wales, parts of Victoria, and they're appearing now in South Australia. And it's killing off hives of the European bee, which produces our honey. But more importantly, it is those bees that do 90% of the pollination of our fruit, the almonds, so many of our fruit and crops that we grow here in Australia. America lost its bee population a long time ago, and we've been sending bees by the trillions to pollinate crops in America. In fact, a special Qantas plane takes them across every year. But now they're concerned that we have varroa mite here, and it's going to be a bit of a drama. But there is one thing that home gardeners can do, and that's grow open pollinated flowers. And I often get asked, what does that actually mean? Well, this is an open pollinated flower. As you can see, this beautiful blue triangle butterfly is flying around getting the pollen from the tops of those little cones. Sometimes it's called coneflower. It's an American plant, and we've hybridized it in the West, and now we grow a lot of these different colors. These come up every year from a permanent root system in the ground. But more importantly, the petals are like a ray of a target. Right in the center is that boss of stamens that the bees and the butterflies can find really easily, and it's just hovering around here going from flower to flower. That's an open pollinated flower. Now, if you're growing roses, you might notice that even David Austin, the great David Austin's nursery in Wolverhampton in the UK, is now releasing roses that instead of being those old-fashioned mass of 200 petals, they're much more open. Even the King's Rose, which has just been released, is a very old-fashioned open flower with a big boss of stamens in the center. So they're very conscious that in the future we're going to all help to pollinate our bees and to grow flowers that the bees really can find easily and get that essential pollen and build their numbers back up in your garden and mine.